Hello and welcome everybody. We got the NAEU patch notes for April 17th. There's going to be a slight long one again. So we're going to jump past the events. First, we have the warrior changes. The warrior awakening is getting its damage reduction that a lot of people have been sad about. Here it's losing 7% roughly, no 6%, but it's also losing the PvP damage reduction by 3.5. So it is a little bit of balancing. That is on Solar Flare. Flow Overwhelm going down. Frenzied Strikes going down. Flow Hilt Strike. Grave Digging. Pulverize. Flow Armor Break. Chain Heaven's Cleave going down. Ankle Break going down. And the Black Spirit Pulverize going down. In all cases, the PvP damage modifier is also going down a little bit, but not really enough. We'll have to see how this changes the classes. Ninja Kunoichi, we have a Flow Fatal Blow combo, which has a change cooldown from 10 to 7 seconds. Kunoichi itself, the core mechanics of the Succession Kunoichi is to maximize damage with Ninjutsu, Ghost, Soul, and Spirit effects in Prime Wheel of Wrath via Ninjutsu release. Before it was easy to obtain the Soul and Spirit, but Ghost was difficult. This has been changed to make Ghost a bit more available. So here we have Ninjutsu Ghost, Ninjutsu Soul, Ninjutsu Spirit. They've changed the duration to 30 seconds. They've added details regarding each jutsu's effect on the affected skill descriptions. They changed the invoking skills and ninjutsu release mechanics as follows. So Ninjutsu Ghost, they've changed the invoking skills to Prime Shadow Stomp, Crescent Slash, Ankle Cutter. They've removed Smokescreen and the Succession Block Jump. Ninjutsu Soul, has retained the invoking skills of Shadow Clone, Shackles, and Foxclaw, and Spirit has kept the invoking skills of Shadow Explosion, Tendon Cutter, and Fatal Blow. Ninjutsu Release, Succession Kunai Throw has removed the stiffness on Ninjutsu Ghost hits, and Ghost plus Soul, Soul plus Spirit, or Ghost plus Spirit, they've removed the effects. Prime Shadow Clone, they've removed the Ninjutsu Release effect. They changed that the skill is not affected by the camera rotation after your character lands. Prime Shadow Stomp, they removed the Ninjutsu release effect as well, and Ninjutsu release damage now applies on the normal attack damage. Prime Shadow Explosion, they removed the Ninjutsu release effect. The recover HP per hit effect has been added to the base skill. The changed recovered HP amount has gone from 167 to 200. They removed the damage penalty for multiple targets, and they changed so that the characters transition smoothly back to the standby pose when comboed from skystepping. Prime Crescent Slash, they improved the comboing of the skill, and they've adjusted the following skill's damage. Prime Crescent Slash changed to deal reduced damage for both PvE and PvP during cooldown, and Prime Ankle Cutter also changed to deal reduced damage on cooldown. Here we have the Prime Crescent Slash going up from 1,802 to 3,611, with a PvP modifier moving in suit, and Prime Ankle Cutter also going up a little bit over double, with the PvP modifier also moving up. Then we got Wizard Awakening. Wizard Awakening is getting its damage also adjusted. Similar to the Warrior, it got buffed, now it's being nerfed again. It's going down in damage on the Aqua Gel Explosion, Barrage of Water, Magma Bomb, Aqua Bomb, Torrential Cascade, Hellfire, Bolide of Destruction, Cataclysm, Chilling Wave, Black Spirit Hellfire, and Black Spirit Cataclysm. In all cases, the PvP modifier is also going down a little bit, but not as much as the effects, so it is a bit more fine-tuning. Then we have the Dark Knight Succession changes, Shadow Bullet 1 and the Succession Absolute Shadow Bullet. They've improved the skill to no longer miss targets in certain situations. Your character direction is maintained in the direction they were facing at the time of firing the projectile. Flow Determination, they've changed the skill damage to match that of Enforcement, and they changed the combo into Blooming Black Rose Attack 2 upon learning Prime Enforcement. They've also added details regarding the skill of Blooming Black Rose's skill description. Wrath of Vidir has been made to combo more smoothly. Unveiled Fate, they've changed the ult DP decrease for 10 seconds on hit from -15 to -20. Prime Ravage Rake, they've changed the cooldown from 4 to 5 seconds. Absolute and Succession Flow Ravage Rake, they've changed the cooldown from 9 to 7. Lunacy of the Vidir, they changed the cooldown from 9 to 8. And Blooming Black Rose, the cooldown has gone from 10 to 8. Damage-wise, we see Prime Ravage Rake going up a little bit, again with PvP modifiers matching. We have Prime Enforcement going up, Wheel of Fortune going up, Hannah Sylvia Slash going up, Obsidian Ashes going up, almost 2,000, but the PvP modifier is also going up by 22%. Then the Lunacy of the Vidir also going up by around 2,500, but again, the PvP modifier is going up by 7%. Then we have Slanted Balance, 3.6 to 3,600 to 4,900, but again, modifier going up. Pervasive Darkness also going up by almost 2,000, but the PvP damage reduction is also moving up by almost 10%. Then we have Prime Airstrike going up, and Blooming Black Rose going up. Cluster of Despair and Awakening has gone from 10 to 7 seconds cooldown, and the Grip of Grudge gone from 6 to 7 up. Awakening also has some damage adjustments. The Shattering Darkness is the Phantom Blade attack is going down, so is the magic attack damage. Flow Bombardment also damage going down, magic attack also going down by around 800. Flow Root of Catastrophe going down by about 1,000. PvP modifier is going down by around 3%. Spirit Legacy, 8,500 to 7,700. Damage modifier going down by 4%. Grip of Grudge, the damage is going up. However, the PvP modifier is also going up by around 4%. Oh, 3.5. The Black Spirit Grip of Grudge is also going up by 1,000, with the modifier matching suit. Black Spirit Shattering Darkness. We have the Phantom Blade attack damage going down by 900. PvP modifier going down by 7 though. And magic attack damage going down by 400. And the PvP modifier going down by almost 5%. Archer is getting also the damage nerfs after the buffs, so Absolute Bolt of Radiance is going down, with the PvP modifier also moving down. Arrow Explosion, same thing. Earth Shatter, Sunfall, Storm of Light, Radiant Explosion, Full Bloom, Spear of Sylvia, Righteous Smite, Luthragon's Call, and Marked Bloom. Small little note, Spear of Sylvia is one of the bigger ones, losing about 1,000 exactly, and only gaining 3% PvP reduction. Overall, could be balancing. I feel it's a bit overtuned, but at the same time, it's just the way it is. Woosa Succession has the cooldown change from Prime Stormfall from 15 to 13 seconds. They've also fixed the timing of hitting targets to appear more natural. Prime Cloud Rise has also been changed from 12 to 10 seconds. Then we have PvP damage adjustments upward, with PvP modifiers also going up on Prime Flutter Kick, Wing Beat, Fan Kick, Kaleidoscope Swirl, Thunderstroke, Cloud Carve, Sagunja Plum, Sagunja Orchid, Sagunja Bamboo, Stormfall, Cloud Rise, Inkwrath, and Flurry. On Inkwrath and Flurry, more on Flurry, the damage modifier is a little bit smaller, while on Inkwrath is almost 1,000% increase. Awakening, there is a bit more effective. We have the remove critical hit increase rate and elevation rate reduction on hits effect from Soul Cleanse. They've changed the cooldown from 3 to 5 seconds. They've added an invincibility effect during lateral moving attacks, and they added an invincibility during lateral movement attacks while on cooldown in PvE, so PvE iframe. Perilous Waltz, they've changed the movement speed reduction on hits for 5 seconds from 10 to 20%. Blooming Death, the HP recovery on hit is going from 103 to 120. They've also improved to activate faster when comboed after Yangbound Step, Flitting Step, Chain, and Nether Strike. River's End and the Black Spirit Flow River's End, they've changed the cooldown from 9 to 7 seconds. They improved the casting motion speed, and they changed the floating debuff to a knockdown. Nether Blast has gone from 6 to 7 seconds. It has reduced damage during cooldown, added all evasion rate -6 for 10 seconds on hit, and they've moved the all AP plus 20 for 10 seconds to Nether Strike, which is here now. Nether Strike only has this all AP plus 20 effect being added. Flow Soul Shock, they're changing the cooldown from 9 to 7 seconds. Life Lore 10 to 7. Flow Sechion Field, the cooldown is going from 10 to 7 seconds. They've improved to combo faster after Life Lore, and they improved the attack one's motion speed. Moonlit Blast, they've changed the timing of the last attack to be consistent. and they've improved to instantly detonate Sari flowers during the last hit if created by the Life Lore or a Sechion Field or Bloom Burst, and activated only if Woosa and Sari flowers are within range. Mark of the Moon is going from 14 to 10 seconds. They've removed the Doomflower implant applied during use, and they've added a flow bloom effect to apply during the skill use, and accordingly added Mark of the Moon of the Flow Bloom skill in the description. Here we can see the skill casting before and after. It is a much quicker skill. Damage adjustments are also inbound, so Soul Cleanse going up a little bit. Then we have Blooming Death also going up only a little bit by around 400%. Small adjustments, really. Then we have Nether Blast going up also a tiny bit, around 500%. Nether Strike, similar case. Well, a little bit more, 600, 700. Soul Shower going up by around 800, 700, 800. Then we have Mark of the Moon also going up as 800 almost. Then we have the Size Descent going up only on the third attack damage. Bloom Burst is in general going up. Then we have Bloom Deluge going up a little bit. Life Lore going up by around 500%. Sechion Field also going up by around 300, with a big PvP modifier for that, from 54 to 63. That is quite an increase for 500%. So overall, a little bit dampening on the PvP damage, it seems. Similar thing on Moonlit Blast. We got 3,400 going to 3,600, but the PvP modifier is going up by a whole 1.85%. Then we have Maegu Succession changes. It is damage adjustments upward a little bit on the Prime Heavenward Dance, Fox Spirit Tag, Spirited Away, Bristling Sparks, Fox Flare, Flower Shroud, Prime Soul Tear, Petal Play, Spirit Swirl, Nocturi Dance, Constricting Charm, and Spirit Sparks. In Awakening, we have the Emberclaw Finale going from 10 to 9 seconds, and the Emberclaw Torrent has been improved to combo more smoothly with Fan Kick. And again, damage adjustments upwards on Emberclaw Torrent, Emberclaw Slash, Emberclaw Sweep, the Twirling Fox Flare or the Flow Fox Flare Encore, Emberclaw Crush, Twirling Rhapsody, Emberclaw Finale, Fox Flare Cleave, Fox Flare Flesh, and Twirling Retreat. Hazy Path, Fox Flare Stroke, oh god, that is a tongue twister. Fan Kick, Fox Flare Ambush, Twirling Rhapsody, Twirling Retreat, and Emberclaw Crush in their Black Spirit variants also going up a little bit. Then we have Deadeye. They've slightly increased the firing speed of Sunset Piercer. They've also changed the percentage of the Sunset Piercer's damage to be applied on the last bullet from 150 to 100% on the Flow Bullseye. Overall, damage going down on the Gunslinger's entrance in both regular and Marnie rounds. Same thing for Sunset Piercer, Run and Gun, Star Spangled Barrage, and Mayhem, and Final Draw. Then we have some general class changes. Kunoichi's Prime Shadow Explosion. They've changed the defensive effect in the description to match the actual effect. Archer's Gaping Darkness. They fixed an issue where the critical hit buff was not applied. Dark Knight, Flow of a Deer Strike. They fixed the description. Maegu Core Emberclaw Torrent. They fixed the description for floating on hits to match the actual debuffs on attack 1 and attack 2 hits. Deadeye Mayhem. They fixed an issue where the Marnie round effect was missing from the description. And Hashijin Prime Piercing Tornado, they fixed an issue where the skill could not be registered to a quick slot. Content-wise, we have the distribution of the Hardcore Server pre-season ranking rewards. The rewards will be found in your mail. Rewards are not given out if you're less than 100 survival points. And there is a Dark Rift event scheduled after April 24th maintenance. So note that the Dark Rift bosses will reappear 5 days after being defeated. So if you want to maximize this, I would try to do it that they spawn on the 24th, so kill them at the latest on the 19th. Then we have the item description for the following items being adjusted: red bean, buckwheat, soybean, mung bean, cottonseal oil, matsul, corn syrup, and soybean oil. It is pretty much being changed from the specific vendors being mentioned to just food vendors in Morning Light. They've changed to no longer display the item acquisition message on the top and a cheer animation when acquiring low-value items. And they've added cheer animations for high-value items that previously didn't trigger a cheer. So items that no longer display an acquisition message and cheering action, as examples, are Narg earrings, Forest Roneros rings, Sissel necklaces, Orkinrad belts, and more. Items that no longer display a cheer animation, Sarka Bloodstone, Karanda's Talon, Alcars, Narg ear accessories, Volterra Eclipse belt, and more. And finally, items that now display a cheer animation, as examples, are Horse Emblem, Mythical Ardenaut, Dine, and Doom, and others. They've also adjusted the cheer animations to match the item's value. So we have the cheer animation 1 for low value items, which is a sort of double fist bump, lean forward. Then we have the medium value items, which is a fist bump in the air. And then finally we have the fist bump in the air with a jump for high value items. They've also just improved the description of some items that had differing informations from their actual usage. So up here we see the special items being changed. Then we have Golden Pig King, Calamity 8, 9, 10. I've already seen some people defeat him for quite a few classes, so it seems to be a doable fight. Again, like Sangoon, Calamity 8 has a displayed AP 330 requirement, 9 and 10, 350. Defeating the Pig King grants you the same rewards as Sangoon with slight adjustments on the items dropped, just as we expected. So here we get the Imperfect Lightstones of Fire, and the chance for Resplendent Lightstones of Fire. This is the same for C8, 9, and 10. Again, we do have the Traces of Thunderbolt, same as Sangoon. They've also improved to apply the stun to the boss in the Orzekia Co-op Subjugation when it absorbs more than the 3 chasing planispheres during the certain mechanic while its HP is below 20%. They've also improved the Extravagant Egg summoned but with the exciting egg carton to move to the nearest opponent, positioned if the distance between them increases. Quest and Knowledge, they've added information that when you accept the Calpheon Elena's ulterior motive quests, you cannot simultaneously progress or complete the other quests involving the NPC who disappears from it. And they've added knowledge related to the saltwater crocodiles. Node and Conquest War, they changed so that participants of Node and Conquest Wars cannot leave their guild during the war. UI-wise, we have the fish guide improvements, so they've added a UI that indicates when a fish larger than your max record is caught, with a little symbol appearing next to your fishing window. Pressing on this icon will open the new max size window where you can check the type and size of caught fish. So here we can see an example of a sandfish being caught and a beltfish with a new size. You can then also move to the fish guide through the button at the bottom, and closing the display will make the icon vanish. They've also improved the UI in the fishing guide to easily compare discovered fish with undiscovered fish, so we have a bit more of a highlight on the fish we've caught, and fish we haven't caught being more strongly grayed out to make sure that we can tell. They've also added knowledge images for some species that previously had no images in the fish guide. They've also improved the event area guide text on the right on the side of the auto fishing window. Finally, they've also improved that you can sell items stored in a storage other than the current town storage or move them to the central market warehouse now. So this function is available when you've completed all Magnus quests. They've also removed the transport button that appears when selecting another town storage. However, if the Magnus quests are not all complete, the transport button will still be displayed. They've also changed the description related to the schedule of the Red Battlefield to be more detailed, and finally, they've improved the speed of collapsing or expanding the item list in the Pearl Shop. System-wise, they've improved so you can now enter Elvia Realm even when a ship is taken out. However, you cannot board ships within the Elvia Realm. In the web, they fixed an issue where the event posts with different registration times were displayed in the area where events of similar registration times should appear at the bottom of the event post. And then we have the modifications and changes. So it's general modification and changes for gamepad modes, Valk's Cry extractions, Goldmont's small battleships being inside the Arena of Archa. There's a small Corsair fix where the Treasure True Owner Ebenruth No quest could be completed more than once. They fixed an issue where the Naga monsters at specific locations in the Desert Naga Temple were placed below the ground. They've improved the issue where Leos, the Ataraxian ancient weapon in the Elvia zone, would occasionally change position abruptly when performing a backwards jump attack. On Maegu, there's an issue where the character image did not appear on the guide screen when selecting succession in the skill window. Also, some fixes for auto run not being smooth near the after taking out small ships at Velia Wharf. They've also fixed an issue where the edges of the screen appeared unnatural on the server selection screen. Black Shrine, they fixed an issue where hit detection area and the actual attack area were occasionally displayed differently during the following attack message. You cannot burn away my very soul during the Bogasol fight. Also, some fixes on the daily Through the Rough Tides for the 4 locations. Also fixing an issue where the portrait or part of the UI of certain classes was not displayed in the party window, and general small fixes for the mini-maps. Then we're going to go straight into events. We have a event that is only tonight, Galaxy Show with the Black Desert Twitch drops. This is, again, only tonight from 7 to 8 UTC or 12 to 13 in PDT. If you watch the stream for 10 minutes, you'll get a Traveler's Edition pack. For 20 minutes, you get the event Fox Mask and the Resplendent Oasis box. And watch 30 minutes and you get a Pet Lost Penguin. You can claim the drops on the Galaxy Show's broadcast on Twitch during the event period, and after achieving it, you will find it in your Twitch inventory. Remember to claim the drops in the web storage after logging into the Black Desert account. Then we have the April deals, packages and bundles sale. It is on the official website. You can buy the Travelers, Explorers, and Conquerors edition pack. The Travelers for 90% off, the Explorers and Conquerors for 50% off. The bundles, we have 50% off across all 3 of them, so Traveler to Explorer, Explorer to Conqueror, and Traveler to Conqueror. These sales are also available on Steam. 90% off Black Desert itself, Traveler to Explorer DLC 50% off, Explorer to Conqueror DLC 50%, and Traveler to Conqueror also being 50% off. Then we have the Be the Class You Want to Be with 1 fuel. So from April 17th to April 30th, you will be able to tag for 1 Marnie's Unstable Fuel. This is currently available for tagging. And then finally we got the Pearl Shop update. So we have another Step Up gift box with the steps going up in prices with some extra rewards, with the Badump gift box also being available. Also, again, not in Belgium and Netherlands because it is an RNG box. I personally usually skip these. Then we have new products. This is a little highlight in the Pearl Shop. The Little Papu Fishing and Cook Alchemy carriers are out now. So here we have the new Little Papu Cookemi carrier for 1,500 pearls, Cooking and Alchemy Mastery plus 100 with extra plus 20% XP on Cooking and Alchemy, and also Cooking and Alchemy Time Reduction -1. The same thing is for the Little Otter Cookemi carrier, so you can also get this as a otter version. I personally feel this is a little bit of a slap, but the fact that they now released also the Little Papu Fishing carrier, I would have preferred two Papus. This is a little bit of a slap, but hey, we gotta live with it. It's the way it is. I will probably just have the Otter for fishing and the Papu for alchemy in that case. The Sailor Preset coupons are now purchasable for 6 per family with 500 pearls. We have a Crystal Restore coupon 1 time for 920 pearls. I would skip this since we're getting 1 for free. Mystical Artisan Memory Pack, as usual. Mystical Artisan Memory Pack 2 as well. Then we have a special Triple Maids Pack with 33% off, so 2,400 pearls instead of 3,600. The Backpack Bundles are back with 35% off on 50 slots, or 3,022 pearls. Backpack Bundle 100 slots for 5,032. Elion's Blessing 10 for 800 pearls. Again, can be achieved otherwise. Splendid Journey Begins pack going 65% off, which is a good deal if you're looking to get your tent. The Naftar campsite with all these little bonuses, it is well worth it. If you have not purchased this, this is definitely a good purchase for a new player if you like the game. And with that, we have the patch notes for April 17th done. Thank you, everybody. If you like this video, like and subscribe. I know I stumbled over some words today. And I hope you all have a pleasant day, and good luck in BDO.